17 of my 1,170 days running for war orphans and working to campaign across America. I'm holding myself accountable by running every day. Rain, shine, I have blisters all over my feet because I'm having no breaks. I'm super sore. But today is a day to remind people to learn how to swim or teach your kids how to swim. But I want to tell my story. My dad, when I was really little, he basically told me and my siblings, like, do this and now kick with your feet. And, we were not in the water. And did we know how to swim? I don't know, but suddenly all four of us were very little and thrown into the pool. And we were screaming, for help. And my dad's like, do what I told you. He's a military dad. Do what I said. Kick your legs. Move your arms, just like I told you. And so we learned how to swim that day. And sadly, over the years, I've heard of other people that my family even knows where their kids did not learn how to swim and, had drowned and such. And so it's super important first to teach your children how to swim, to know how to swim yourself. And but as far as like, how can you use this day to encourage your dreams? Because that's what I want. I want to push causes forward. I want to push dreamers forward. I want to build dreamers up. And as I do that, I have to build my own dreams and my dreams up. And so I just want to encourage you, like, if you have a dream, if you have something you're holding off on, you can either get your toes wet and go in slowly, or you can do my dad's method and just jump in. Hi, Alexander. Don't like twiddle your fingers and like think about it, overthink, but literally do what you're meant to do. And sometimes it takes going all out and doing something crazy. Like I'm doing something really crazy. Committing every day to run no matter how I feel until the Olympic torch run in 2028. And so, right now I'm literally covered in blisters, but it's not like I'm stopping. It just reminds me to keep going. It reminds me that orphans don't have shoes, so I'm running barefoot. And thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you guys. So that's, I guess, all. Thank you. That's so nice. Nicest people on here ever. You guys are awesome. Thank you. That's so cool of you to say that. Oh my gosh. You guys are the best. I want to flip it back to you because I know that's my, awesome. Keep posting. But yeah, keep doing your dream. You guys follow me. I can only go live a certain amount until I have 1,000 followers. So if you guys want to follow me, that would be great. And eventually I might be coming to a city near you, because that's my dream, is to do kind of like baton marathons across America that are connected, something that hasn't been done before, and getting people to join in on that. Hey. And it's pretty impossible, but working on it and trying to, hey. Oh my gosh, you're so consistent. Thanks for always being on here, Rashab. And I never know if I'm saying your name right. But I think that the only other story that comes to my mind right now is that another time when I was a teenager, I was always trying to keep up with my brothers. They're really athletic, And one day they were swimming across this huge lake, and I followed them out. And all of a sudden, I just could not swim anymore. I was so tired, and yeah, my brother started just like yelling at me and saying, "Don't quit, whatever you do, keep swimming." And he got to where he was, hey, um thanks for the hype. But he got to where he was yelling in my ear, cussing me out, telling me not to quit. And yeah, I kept swimming. Oh my gosh, it was so hard. It was I but I know I would not have made it across that lake if it wasn't for my brother being mean to me. He was so mean. And I'm sure he was tired too, but he was yelling at me to not give up. And I wish I always had that brother in my ear yelling at me, "Don't give up." But I don't. He's not always around. And so I have to do that to myself. I have to say, "No, I will not give up. I cannot quit." And it helps to have people like you who are encouraging me. But sometimes when I'm running, I don't have that, and my feet hurt, and my legs hurt, and my feet are bleeding because I'm running. So far, I haven't decided if it's going to be for the full 3 years of running every day, but right now I'm running barefoot because orphans literally are mostly barefoot, and so that's who I'm running for. So I want to raise as much awareness as I can for them. But yeah, so remember. Thank you. And you can't swim? Dude, this is the day where you're meant to learn how to swim. Even if you watch it online and you air swim, you gotta learn how to swim. It's so important. I have my friend from childhood lost 2 of her sons because they couldn't swim. And yeah, I'm a very strong believer that everyone in the world needs to know how to swim. And when I learned how to swim, I told the story already, but my dad, he's military, he's in heaven now, but he's a military dad, and he was like teaching me and my siblings how to swim in the air, like outside, not in water. He's just like, "Do this, kick your legs." And then he threw us all 4, just little kids who couldn't swim, he threw us in the pool. And we were screaming for help, and he was not helping us. He's yelling back, "Do what I told you. I taught you how to do this. You can do it. It's going to keep you from drowning." And my dad also was in the Navy, and so he taught us like all kinds of different swimming lessons, and like how to survive if we're out on water for hours, and just funny things that kids probably wouldn't need to know. But anyways, I do want everyone to know how to swim and teach their kids how to swim, because you never know when you might need to swim. And I do have oh my gosh, I have the most embarrassing story. Do I want to share this? Do you guys want to hear an embarrassing story? Oh my gosh. Yeah, my dad taught me so much things other girls do not know. I think my dad raised me to kind of be a boy, because he was like teaching me how to use a nail gun, a hammer, a drill, a saw. Yeah, just my dad taught me how to put out fires. I've saved 3 of my friends' houses from burning down, and I ran into fires because my dad taught me. I yelled turn out the power, because you don't want to put water on something that's burning. Anyways, but this isn't the story I was going to tell. I was going to tell about a really embarrassing thing, but I was actually a lifeguard on a boat, and because the boat was on the ocean, I was supposed to be able to retrieve someone that sank to the bottom of the ocean. So that would mean they're completely no air in them, maybe gone, maybe just lifeless down there. And so one of my jobs was to retrieve someone from the bottom. And so there's like this Coast Guard test, and I got paired up. It was a big cruise boat. I got paired up. There's all these captains, but I got paired up with the top main captain, and I did not know how to equalize. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's when you dive really deep, all of a sudden your head, everything will just start to explode unless you're able to counterbalance it with like putting pressure into your head and your ears with, anyways, it's equalizing. Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you have no fear, because my dad did that and I have no fear. But my captain, the head captain, he sank like 15 to 30 feet down to the bottom of the ocean, and I had to go retrieve him, knowing I did not know how to equalize. And so he stayed down there for so long, and I kept trying to dive down to get him because it was part of my test to be a lifeguard. And I just kept hitting this wall where my head was going to explode, and I was trying to equalize, and I could not. And I have no idea to this day how he laid at the bottom of the ocean. He breathed out all his air, and he just laid like this, looking at me the whole time. It was so embarrassing. And then he came up, and he's like, "What happened, Abigail?" And I was like, "I'm so sorry. I messed up." But anyways, he was the best captain ever. I have to say that. I have never seen anyone so prepared as him. He like beats my dad because he's like on the money, like constantly has everything under control, and everyone's super trained. And yeah, that was a cool job because I think it might be what kind of got me interested into going as a first responder, like to the Ukraine war and to the Turkey earthquake, like getting there right away. Because when I was on the boat, one of our jobs was to save lives, and so I'd like swim out and save lives, and saved like a random lady that was she had like a seizure and she couldn't breathe. And so I had never used a breathing apparatus before, but I learned. And yeah, so I think that got me hooked to be a first responder. And so part of this journey where I'm raising awareness for war orphans, I'm planning to go back into the war in Ukraine. And but I'm not going to just go right now, because if I go, like, I can only help a few people, whereas if I'm able to advocate, raise awareness, build a nonprofit, do this orphan run, then, you know, I can help a lot more kids. And there's like 500, I think million, I don't want to mess up my statistics, but children in conflict zones, and they're all at risk for becoming war orphans. And that's not including the millions that have been made war orphans from all these wars that are happening all over the world. And I'm just personally running for Ukraine because I went there, but it's happening everywhere. Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Palestine, and it's children who are paying for adults being greedy, selfish. It's like war makes orphans, war makes widows, and war makes billionaires, because people profit off of war. And so I'm against that. I'm for peace, and I hope you guys are for peace. And you know, I learned true love from God, and that's what I want to see in the world, is that He gave everything to save us, and then some of us can't even give up a little comfort to save someone else. So that's what I'm about. Thanks for tuning in again. Bye, guys. Oh, sorry. I'm just not. I see your comments. Thank you that he's proud. It's a good dad. Actually, I'm saying he's a good dad. My dad was abusive, but I loved my dad. I forgave him, and I got a strong relationship with him later on. But my siblings, some of them were never able to forgive him for. But yeah, I'm so grateful. Jesus changed my heart, and I was able to have a good relationship with my dad. But I do think he is proud, and I think when people go to heaven, they become changed people, and all the bad about them disappears. And so that's what I think about my dad. Um, I am a decent swimmer. I'm not like amazing. Like when I was working on this boat with all these other lifeguards, they were insane. Like they were amazing swimmers. And this one, it was in Hawaii, this one Hawaiian guy, our boat was like way over my head above the water. I feel like maybe, I don't know, I never like jumped off that cliff, but he would throw his surfboard in and take a running jump off of this like cliff of the boat, land on the surfboard, and start like surfing. And I was like, who am I working with? This is crazy. It's like a movie scene. It's like stunt doubles, but they were all amazing. I'm just like, I was the worst swimmer and the most like friendly on the boat. Like I loved interacting with the humans, and they just kept me around because of that. Probably, I just made people's ride enjoyable and made sure seasick people felt okay. And yeah, that was amazing. Getting sea legs was like an amazing experience because everyone's like falling all over the boat, and I'm like holding all these trays of drinks and like just like so balanced. But I probably don't have that anymore. But anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go. Again, bye. Good night or good morning wherever you are in the world. Bye. End.